Hi, children. Welcome all of you to our second unit named Wit and Humor. So, children, in the previous unit, personality development, we discussed what are the things useful to develop our personality in three beautiful segments. The very first one, attitude is altitude, and the second one, every success story is a story of failures, and finally, I will do it. So now, let us ease yourselves, all of you. In this unit, you will enjoy beautiful wit and humor. I think, children, you all remember in the ninth standard we have the same unit humor, the very first unit, isn't it? Now, here, somewhat advanced wit and humor. I think you all easily differentiate wit and humor. Both of us, we think that synonyms, exactly, they sound synonymous. But wit means the readiness in us to act accordingly. The readiness, what we say. See, most of you don't know how to act accordingly to the situation. But who has that quick nature of acting according to situation, that is called wit. And humor, that which makes us enjoy or happy or filled with laughter, that is humor. So these two are, though they appear synonymous, they have their own meanings. So second unit is wit and humor, children. And you see, segment A and B, the same thing. The dear departed. Part 1, part 2. The dear departed. Children, this is a play, role play. I think in 8th standard we had role play. If you remember, selfish giant. Of course, in second we had interview, VVS Lakshman. But here this is a role play, because this is originally a play written, and this was made into a role play, The Dear Departed Part 1 and 2. And the C, segment C, is The Brave Potter. It is a story. Okay. Super, sir. So, Dear Departed, the title itself is very interesting, sir, you are saying. But before going into the Dear Departed, the whereabouts of Dear Departed, see the trigger sheet, Nana, you will enjoy. All of you. Look at the picture and answer the questions that follow. You can't answer, no? You answer to yourself. But look at the picture, all of you. Wit and humor. How beautiful you see. Somebody is aiming at somebody. Who is that somebody? See, sir, Mickey Mouse. Eh? We can think it's like Mickey Mouse only. And there you see cat. Cat is afraid and mouse is holding a pistol or a revolver and aiming at cat. See, oh, I think never we can see like that. Whenever a cat is spotted, the rat runs away, you know. But here you see directly it is putting the gun towards the cat. The picture itself gives some idea. That is called wit and humor. So, what do you understand from the picture? Yeah, you have to. Can you recall anything comic associated with these animals? Second question. Can you imagine what may be the conversation between the rat and cat? Three questions are there, children, for you. Assignment is these three only. Once again, you have to answer. What do you understand from the picture? Oh, sir, what we understood, sir. Like small children, you are saying what is there. Ah, yes, correct. You understood something, no? That only you write. And second one, can you recall anything comic associated with these animals? Already I said. What is that? Mickey Mouse. So that is the Mickey Mouse. Third one, can you imagine what may be the conversation between the rat and cat? You do one thing. What do you understand the picture? Don't worry. But the last question is very interesting, you see. Listen to this video, watch the video, and try to develop a funny conversation between the rat and cat and share to me. How beautiful you'll write, I'll see. Hey, maximum five dialects here. Five for the rat and five for the cat. Or no. But one thing, it should be highly creative and funny. Don't simply write some what you call serious conversation. Don't share it to me. Are sir gave some assignment, something we have to write and give. No, no, please don't do that. If you really you can't, don't do that. Don't do, please. I don't think that my children say can't. Because what is big in this? You enjoy and write, isn't it? And but one thing, the conversation should be very funny, funny threatening, or funny warning, what we say. Right. And the coming to our dear departed, I think we completed the trigger sheet. I hope all of you understood it. It's a beautiful house. Their books are there in the cupboard. The door is open. Cat came and rat is aiming at the cat with the revolver or the pistol. Okay, trigger sheet is over. And now coming to the dear departed. Now, before we start, always what we do, we should know about the author, no? Always. That is our, what you call, primary duty. Without knowing the author, how can we jump into the lesson? William Stanley Horton. That is the name of the author. William Stanley Horton. And he was a very famous English dramatist. Lived between 1881 and 1913. English dramatist. The word itself tells that when we say dramatists, they are good at writing dramas. Already I told you long back, 18th century, no cinema halls, only theatre. A theatre is a place where dramas or plays are performed or staged, whereas a cinema is a place where movies are screened or movies are shown. They are shown, not shown, I'm sorry. In a flow it has come. So, cinema is a place where movies are shown or movies are screened. But whereas a theatre is a place where dramas are staged. So, William Stanley Horton, he was a very great English dramatist and is one of the best of a group of realistic playwrights, often called the Manchester School. Yes, playwright, once again, one who writes play. Difference between play and drama, once again. Drama is usually very big one, play is a short one. Generally, plays you see, no, one act plays are there, role plays. One act play means all characters come on the stage. All the properties are on the stage only. Nobody goes from the stage. Within one particular scene, the whole act is done. They don't even put the screen. The screen is once unveiled. The total act happens there only. All the characters speak one after one in various properties which are arranged. Suppose you think here one park arrangement is there on the stage, one beach arrangement, one cupboard or one room, one kitchen, everything is arranged beforehand. And the characters come there and speak. At once they all will go. This is called one act play. Or role play. Maybe they will in between, some scenes will be there, they'll put the screen again, they'll change like that. Okay. But usually plays are short. Dramas are usually very long duration. So he is one of the realistic playwrights, often called the Manchester School. The group's name, Amma. And like him, like Mr. William Stanley Horton, some of the group members, they formed a group who are good at writing real plays and which are happening in the society, not fiction. Of course, they are created one, but if you listen or watch them, you feel as if it is happening in your own house. So those are called realistic playwrights, and they named the group as Manchester School. Manchester is one beautiful place in European countries. London, Manchester means, isn't it? Yes. In every play, he sought to present an idea. In every play, he sought to present an idea. Whatever play, there is one idea he used to give. Sought. Many times I told you. Seek, sought, sought. S-E-E-K. Seek, sought, sought. Seek means to acquire, to get. So once you watch the play, what you are taking back? One kind of idea. An idea changes anyone's life, no? Yes. He had a remarkable gift for dialogue that is evident in The Dear Departed. The Dear Departed was first produced in Manchester in 1908. Here, Houghton satirizes the degradation of moral values in the British middle class. Satirizes. Political satire. Now you say, in your language, we can say punch. Bah, what a punch dialogue you have given. That is only satire. Satire means a funny criticism. That is called satire. So through this drama or through this beautiful role play, The Dear Departed, how the moral values in the middle class families in the Britain. Manchester is a city near to London, isn't it? So like that, Manchester, London, Scotland, all these are all what you call United Kingdom those days. Wales, isn't it? So in the British middle class, how the moral values started degrading. In India now they are degrading, but in Britain 18th century they started degrading, isn't it? So through this beautiful drama or role play, the dramatist Houghton, he satirically he wrote the dialogues, and it was first produced in Manchester in 1908. None of us were born, neither your parents nor I. Yes, so nobody were born, but one thing, simply beautiful, Nana, beautiful. Main characters are there. So, what are the main characters? This is all about William Stanley Houghton. Now, when we go into the drama, there are main characters. See, let me introduce you the characters in this video. See, Nana, Dear Departed, one act play. Already I told about one act. And the characters, Mrs. Amelia Slater, Mrs. Elizabeth Jordan, both are sisters. And there you can see Henry Slater, husband of Amelia Slater, Ben Jordan, husband of Elizabeth Jordan. Okay, so two sisters and their husbands. And next, Victoria Slater, a girl of 10 years old girl who is Amelia Slater's daughter. Okay, right. Abel Merriweather is the old man, the father of these two sisters, Amelia and Elizabeth. And he is the father-in-law of Mr. Henry and Mr. Ben. Okay. And one small boy is also there, Jimmy. Who is Jimmy? Son of Elizabeth Jordan. Once again, don't confuse Nana. Victoria is the daughter of Amelia. Jimmy is the son of Elizabeth. So these are the main characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 are there. One surprise character is there, don't worry. That enters afterwards, I tell you. Why hurry, Amma? First video only. Okay, children? So, this is the first video of Dear Departed Part 1 Introduction. What happened with these characters? What happened in their lives? Let us see in our next video. So, already assignment I told you in the beginning itself. And there you try to develop a beautiful conversation between the rat and cat. Okay, children? Hope you enjoyed my video. Catch me up in my next video. See you. Bye.